Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today I have a tutorial to show you guys. Also, I'm really sorry for not posting for the past month. I do have a video coming along the way though, so stay tuned for that. I've just been really busy. Anyway, I know most of you guys are not here to hear me yap. You are here for the tutorial. So today's tutorial is going to be how to change colors on the first row of tapestry crochet. This is actually so simple. I know it can be daunting to think about, but it's actually very simple. Please ignore my laptop that is falling apart. First thing, you want to choose your graph. Whatever graph you have chosen, you want to start the chain, the foundation chain, with the background color. That's what I usually do, just because it makes sense, right? For it to be the background color. It looks purple like on camera, but it's actually quite pink in person. If we look to the right of the chart, the first stitch is black. So we're not going to start over here. We are going to start over here where the first stitch is pink. Does that make sense, right? Because we have pink yarn as our foundation. So it's going to be easier if we start at the side where the first few color changes are the same as the foundation chain. So you're going to count how many stitches are in your graph. This is on braceletbook.com. There's 151 stitches, meaning so you would chain that number. So you would get your yarn, make a slip knot, and then chain the length of your graph. So I would be chaining 151. Okay, so I've made my chain, 151 chains, and then you're going to chain one. So you're going to chain the length of your chart plus one. So I'm going to add that plus one, and that's just to help me turn. I've just chained that plus one to help me turn. Now let's count how many stitches we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we have 19 pink stitches, right? So because we did an extra chain, we're going to skip that first chain. Now you can go into the loops if you want. I don't. I like to go into the bumps at the back. So I'm just going to turn it on its side, skip that first bump, and go into the second one, right? And we counted 19, right? So this is number 1. You can put a stitch marker right here if you would like. Let it focus. I'm not going to. So 1, 2, all the way up to 19. 3, 17, 18, and on the 19th stitch, we stop short. Now, I explained this in my other tutorials, but because it's the first row, we need to decide what side is the wrong side, right side. So the wrong side would be the side that we don't want to show, and then the right side is the side that we do want to show. So because the first row has a color change right off the bat, we need to decide which side we are working on. So the right side or the wrong side. So I'm just going to show you guys an example. I don't want to go into too much depth of explaining, but you'll get it after I do this, right? So imagine I decide that this is my right side. If I do that, then I want to show this side, right? Of where I've just been crocheting. This is the side I want to show. So I would have to leave the yarn in the back like this. So then if I inserted my black yarn to the back, just like where I've left my pink, and I insert it like this because black is the next stitch, and I do one black, then this is going to be a mirrored chart because this is the right side, right? Right side, you're going to insert it the way I just showed you, but it's going to end up being mirrored because we still have so much left to crochet, but it's mirrored. So the first row would need to be the wrong side. So I'm going to take that back out. If you're still confused on that, I explain it a lot more better in my other tutorials, my tapestry crochet tutorials. So go ahead and watch that. So this is going to be the wrong side. So I'm going to leave this yarn facing me and in the front. Okay. And then I will insert my black just like that, just how you would at every other chart. And then you're gonna follow the chart. So I have one black stitch, that's all. I just leave it. And then I'm going to do 2 whites. Have my white, gonna insert that white and do 2 whites. Everything is in the front because this is the wrong side. 1, 2. right? And then it says one black. So I'm gonna hide that in the front once again and get my black yarn, pull that through, and then the chart says one black. So one, drop it, and the chart, we're over here now because we're going from left to right. Chart is saying one, however many whites. But anyway, this tutorial is just the first row, so this is how we would go. And you would just keep following the chart like that. It's actually very simple. Now I'm gonna show you. This is what I mean by wrong side. You see how it's messy? Because this is the side that we are hiding the yarn. So when I turn it, this is the right side, and now it's perfect, okay? So now it's not mirrored anymore. Okay? Okay, y'all, so I've gotten another picture, just found it. It's Sailor Moon again. Sailor Moon has the best pixel grids alpha patterns on Pinterest. Like, I literally wish I watched this show. Unfortunately, I didn't, but it just would mean so much to me if I watched it because they have such great graphs online. Why can't they do this with Naruto? Anyway, you can see here, the background is purple, but there's no purple color changes at either ends of the first row, right? So what are we gonna do? So if I were to make this graph, I would still want my foundation chain to be purple just because that's the background. So I would add one row of purple, no color changes, and it would just be a full row of purple, and then I would start the graph. However, if you don't want to do that, then you can simply go to whichever corner you would like. So this one has beige on the left-hand side, right? So you can chain your foundation chain as beige, or you can chain your foundation chain as red because on the right-hand side, it begins with red. Do you get what I mean? Those are the two options that I suggest, because if you chain in purple and then somehow try to start with red, it's not gonna work out properly unless you alter the chart by adding a whole nother column. For instance, if you go like this and you do one, then that's fine. And then you could add in the tan color like this. But then that means that you've done an additional stitch, which is pink. So you would have to add in another column of just pink at the side, because you unfortunately cannot just change colors that quickly. There needs to be at least one stitch before you can change colors. So that's my recommendation, to either just start off with a foundation chain in the background color and do one row of that pink or purple, whatever the background color is, and then begin the chart, or just simply choose the color that's at the side. So tan or red, whatever color the chart begins with, and then you can start. So just as a bonus, I'm going to show you guys. Imagine the whole foundation row is one color. This is how I would usually do it. Pretend this is purple. We would do the whole foundation row in that purple, right? And then you can, this is why I love the foundation row having no color changes, because you can decide wherever you want to start. Let's say, I'm going to show you both ways. Let's say I want to start over here, right? You can start and just drop this pink. Doesn't matter where you drop it. Insert this tan, just like this. You can just drop it. Then you chain one, turn it. We're going to go straight back into that stitch and do however many tan stitches. I'm not counting all of that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to do like 10. 3. Obviously, if you're doing this yourself, you actually have to count the exact number, but I am just doing this for the tutorial, so I am not counting. But you would do the exact number of the chart, right? And then at this point, you're like, okay, I've done how many there are. Now you can decide wrong side, right side. So if I were to do it like this, this would be the right side. So this is incorrect. I can just simply pull this yarn in front of me. This is the wrong side. Now this is correct, because this is how it would look. Do you get it? It's not mirrored. It's the exact like same thing. So the same thing with the red. I'm gonna take everything out, all the tan out, insert the red, exactly how we did the tan, chain 1. And this is easier because you don't have to think too much. You can carry that red with you and go straight in that same stitch. Let me show you properly. So I just chained 1, and in that same stitch over here, the pink, I'm gonna crochet 1, 2, and we're working on the right side because this is what is correct on the chart. This is what best represents the graph. And then you would just change the color again whenever it comes to black. Drop the red because it's the same as the graph right now, right? This is what I would do personally. And then switch to black, whatever. And that's how you would go along. Also, this is that's what you would do whenever you have a color change on the like corner row, like over here. You see the 4th row, how it's tan, tan, tan for 3 rows, and then there's a black over here. You would do that exact same thing where you stop at the very last stitch and then insert the yarn, what I just showed you of the red and the tan. I hope that made sense. If it didn't, you can ask some questions below and I'll try to explain better, but also just watch my other tutorials because I feel like they are helpful. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Oh my gosh, before I leave, let me show you guys what I'm working on. This is what I've been doing. Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna have a whole video on this. It's gonna be another cardigan because I'm addicted to cardigans. So stay tuned for this.